The movie that got Roger Ebert knocked the fuck out. Slumdog
or
Millionaire.
something sort of like that.
Depends on if you read Spill or IMDb news.
You know, the thing about this movie is you watch it, and it's like if Frank Capra directed City of God, that's what this movie is.
Yeah.
It's a movie about a guy who has the worst life known to man. His life sucks, and he ends up on the Indian version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and for some reason, because of the events of his life, he knows all the answers.
Yeah, no, this is a total fairy tale. I mean, you look at it, and I know some people, I've actually heard some people criticize this movie saying, he wouldn't know all that just based on events of his life. I'm like, it's a goddamn movie, man.
Did you watch the beginning of the movie where they pretty much firmly established that it's a fairy tale?
Yeah.
Do they?
Right from the beginning, they have that question where it's like a question on it saying, like, how did he know all the answers? It's like, A, he cheated. B,
right.
and the last one is, it is written. And you know within 20 minutes or so, because they keep bringing up the destiny and fate thing, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, come on, this is the fucking fairy tale.
That's India for you, where like, that kind of thing is pretty regular.
Yeah.
And that's the point of this movie. This movie is very much Danny Boyle's Bollywood movie. And it's really an incredible, incredible film that you both fall in love with while you're watching it, and then it tears your heart out. It just is so brutal in everything that happens to this guy in his life. And then it wins you back with the fantasy of this is how his life could be better.
And as well, I just want to throw this in here. It uses the shit out of MIA's Paper Planes song, which
Yes,
I
it does.
totally love that song.
Yeah, the one that they use in Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
The one they use everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
but
all
it's
over
such
Spill.
a good song.
Well, you know that Danny Boyle's probably kicking himself after Pineapple Express came out. He's like, oh shit, I can't change the movie now.
Yeah. No, it really is a beautiful film. The strength of Danny Boyle is that he can take any kind of genre of film and make it his own. And not only make it his own, but not pretty much placate to the audience or talk down to them or make it something that we normally see. I mean, because this is a romantic movie, a very romantic movie.
Well, Danny Boyle can also take any kind of movie and make it a crime film. I mean, I don't know whatever they start out as, but they become crime films before it's all over with.
Yeah, remember the movie about them going to the sun and it turned out into a psycho killer movie?
Exactly. Yeah.
And Millions. That was all about.
That was his kid's movie.
Yeah,
Right. It ended up being about a heist or a crime.
And then the zombie movie, which turns into the film about the military rapist.
But
Yeah.
it starts off as a crime movie and it turns into a love story.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see a movie that he does, an animated movie about a talking dog where the dog is raping all kind of women and killing people. I mean, damn.
Is that really what you want to see, Corey?
Yes, it is.
It doesn't matter if he wants to see it because Danny Boyle's going to make it.
Yeah, and it's called Bolt, motherfucker.
Oh man, I didn't see that. Now maybe I had no idea.
No, it really is. Not only does Danny Boyle make a narrative his own, but he's able to shoot a film in a manner that just pretty much makes it his own world. I've seen so many movies that kind of cater to his look, and this movie does that. And the reason why I bring that up is because, hence the title, Slumdog Millionaire. Well, I'll just tell you about the plot here. We have a character named Jamal who was growing up in the slums. Now, when the movie starts out, he is on the Indian version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and he's on a roll here.
I'll go for D, London.
कंप्यूटर जी डी लॉक किया जाए Jamal Malik, you're absolutely right.
It's getting hot in here.
Are you nervous?
What? Am I nervous? It's you who's in the hot seat, my friend.
What happens is that since he's from the slums, no one from the slums can be that smart, especially a dumbass like Jamal. And so he's pretty much accused of cheating. He's taken to a police station. And this is where we get his story about not only how he knew the answers to all these questions, but the real reason why he's on this show is because he wants to impress and pretty much give it the love of his life.
And let's not forget, they don't simply escort him to a police station and ask him a couple questions. They torture his ass.
Yeah, because this movie isn't just about what we talked about. It's about the disparity between classes in India, big time.
It's about how fucked up India is.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, I'm surprised the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in India didn't have 6 faces or something. I mean, because babies are they're always being born over there with extra limbs, extra eyes.
It's funny, I talked to somebody about that. It's like, man, you get the octopus babies here and the ones with the many faces. I mean, that's just what's going on over there. And they're like, It's 1 billion people in one little spot. Just by the laws of probability, you're going to get shit like that.
I guess that's true. But what were you about to say? I'm sorry. I thought you were about to make a point or something.
Yeah, but it moved.
Oh, okay.
It went on.
No, it didn't. It turns out to be a very romantic film, and like I said, it's a stretch, but it is a fairy tale. Yeah, and it's fun to watch different people play these lead characters because we have Jamal and his brother, and we see them in like several different stages of the film, and we see them in some stories that are very funny where they try to get an autograph from a famous Indian star to when there's a riot going on, an uprising, and people are being murdered in these riots. I mean, it goes from very funny to very sweet to very tragic.
And very gross. Don't forget very gross.
Oh man, there's a
Oh yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
Danny Boyle for you, boy.
Yeah, it
He's
is.
like, how can I top Train Spotting with the nastiest bathroom in the world?
Oh, yeah.
This tops it.
Do you remember Train Spotting? There was a scene in Train Spotting where a guy, he pretty much craps the bed. And he has to take the sheets out, and the scene ends with people eating breakfast and shit going all around the room.
Oh, really? That's the scene that messes with you? Because the scene that messes with me is when he's tripping and dives into the shitty toilet.
Yeah, that was one that got me.
Well,
in this movie, it's like that scene, except there's still shit in the toilet.
Yeah,
No, it's both of those scenes brought together into one disgusting, horrible moment. But at the same time, is really fucking funny.
yeah. We end up with like a little turd with eyes running to get an autograph from a famous star. And
Who actually, you got to give the guy credit, because if it was me, I would have been like, "Oh, where the hell are my bodyguards?
yeah,
Exactly.
Get this little shit away from me."
yeah, literally.
It is India. No, the thing is this really is an incredible film. It is one of the best films of the year. It's already getting praised by some groups as being the best film of the year. It's going to be one that you're going to be hearing about back and forth, but it's easily in the top 5. Low to the critic who does not put this in the top 5 because that motherfucker doesn't have a heart. Because this movie is it's beautiful, it's amazing, and it just grabs you right from the get-go and does not let go the whole way through.
One of the things that really works for this is that he chose to go with a real modern sort of tempo and sound to it. All the music is very modern. It's like a world beat mixed with like a lot of Americanized stuff too. And it goes so fast. The whole movie has a sort of rhythm in almost sort of a Run Lola Run sort of way.
Oh, Run Lola Run. You know what? There was something about it that did remind me of that all the way through.
Yeah, no, it definitely, it's about the tempo to some level.
Yeah.
And it works really well. You're on the edge of your seat through most of the movie
Yeah,
because
and
of that.
especially, I mean, we already know what the outcome is going to be for this show, but we're still on his side, and we're kind of like sweating every answer.
Well, there's this point towards the end because you don't know the outcome. They don't tell you that he actually wins the last question. Because when he's in the police station, it's the question before the last question. So we don't know. And you're going, okay, at that point, like there's not that much tension. But when it gets to that point where the film catches up with the beginning of the film and all this stuff is hinging on what happens next, I was going, God damn, what's going to happen?
And how many best movies of the year end with a dance sequence?
Yeah. The Buckaroo Banzai ending. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, as you
Right.
said,
Millions of Bollywood movies do it, but you give the credit to Buckaroo Banzai.
You're damn right I do.
do you know who you talking to? Biggest fucking nerd in the world right there. I mean, but
Hey, you watch your filthy mouth, all right?
Yeah, you got
The
going to fight
guy's
over
got
that title.
Warhammer figurines in his house.
I have a
hand
10,000
it
point
to him.
Blood Angel army and a 6,000 point Nurgle army. I'm a much bigger nerd than this motherfucker.
I'm the biggest geek in the world.
Okay.
So I will take that.
all I'm saying is, I understand you most of the time. I don't understand him half of the time.
all right, well, all right.
That's just an IQ differential. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that might
But it's funny in this movie how in America you get caught cheating, you just kind of get publicly disgraced.
Right.
Like you come to a hole. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, not only do you go oops, but then you do all the talk shows and you make money doing that, and you're interviewed.
Yeah.
And you can write a book. You can get rich cheating.
But in India, you cheat on one of these game shows, apparently they take you to a hole and beat the fuck out of you.
One of the things they don't really address there, and I can understand why, because Danny Boyle had to go over and work over there, is a large portion of the entertainment industry in India is directly tied to the mafia and mafia money. And a lot of the police are crooked and are bought off. I was just reading an article a few weeks ago about new interrogation techniques in India, that they're trying to find ways to interrogate people without interrogation, because if you get questioned by the police over there, it's like being black in LA. They don't fuck around. They take your ass in, and you're going to get beaten possibly to death. And then it's like, oh, he died in custody. He must have been a crackhead. It happens every day over there. And so he had to play it fast and loose there to not offend certain people. Although one of the last shots of this movie is very anti-Bollywood, which is what I found kind of odd.
Oh yeah, they pointedly do something that's never allowed in Bollywood.
Yeah, and it's very strange. It was one of those moments where it's like, wow, this was a Bollywood film until right now.
Yeah.
And so it's a very odd film that both embraces Bollywood and also kind of at times subtly admonishes it.
Yeah. No, it really is a very well made movie. And we're giving a lot of credit to Danny Boyle, but we have to give credit to the people that play the various stages of what we see as the adults in the movie. Jamal, his brother, and the girl that he's pursuing. We see them in 3 different stages, and I think
we're going to give credit to them, I think Corey should say every single one of their names and pronounce them correctly.
Give them proper credit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We have and
because that's not offensive at all.
And then we have no, I'm not going to even try to say that.
So that's why like the element that's most like City of God is that you have the child actors playing them, for a significant amount of the movie, and then moving on to the adult characters.
And we see different elements of storytelling in him, because in every situation in their young lives, they're put in very adult situations. I mean, we even have an element of the story that is like Oliver Twist, and there's a very, very adventurous aspect to it. And I just really enjoyed all the different modes of storytelling they brought into this.
Okay, speaking of the Oliver Twist scene, I kind of missed this. Why were they blinding the kids?
Because blind kids earn more money. They're more
actors.
sympathetic, and they earn more money. So yeah, they were doing that intentionally.
They were testing to see if they could sing, because they want these kids to be out there
Oh,
singing for their money.
Oh, yeah.
And then if they could sing, then they cut their eyeballs
So
off.
my question is there any spoilers left that we haven't given away to this film?
No,
I think
it
we've
doesn't
pretty
matter.
much given away almost everything over the course
it's
of this
funny
review.
though, because he's going for 1 million rupees. Which is
20
great.
million rupees.
20 million, but that's like $5.30
in
here.
American money, yeah.
Yeah, but that's buying a hotel money.
That's true in India. Yeah,
Yeah, you can buy a baby on all 5 of his other faces.
I know where I'm going for vacation. Even my spill paycheck can afford to live the high hog over there.
Yeah, you can at least get a hooker with 2 faces.
I know.
And you know what? When they send your pieces back, we'll be sure to give you a proper burial because they'll love you over there.
Yeah, I'll get his head first.
Oh, now don't let Corey have my head first. I beg you, Leon. I beg
Cyrus
you.
Corey head. 3 words, not
That's
in the
something
same
I've always
sentence.
wanted to do with this.
My mother might have issues with that.
So why'd you have to bring your mother into
Looking
this?
at
It's like, look, I see they tore him apart, but how did you get all the stretch marks on his lips?
Exactly. My friend, I have a blonde wig waiting just for your head.
Remember all those times I told you to kiss my ass? Well, I probably told you to suck my dick a lot more.
Man, I love it how we talked about how beautiful this movie was, and the review ends with, I want Cyrus to suck my dick.
My dismembered
I want
dad.
Cyrus's decapitated head to suck my dick. That's the special level we've gotten to.
Danny Boyle, I apologize.
There's a lot of love here in the room tonight.
So what's our ratings before you turn it off?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I was about to go like, yeah, no, and
No, like I said, it's a beautiful film. I love all the elements of storytelling they brought into it. Full price.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great movie. It's a lot of fun. It's exciting. And at the end, you'll cry. Full price, although my trip to India gets some old bullshit.
yeah, it's the kind of movie you're going to watch over and over. I give it a rental.
I give it
a full price. I just want to see those looks on your faces.
A minute of
and thank you, come again. I give it a full price too.
Thank you, come again.
Oh, and I'm offensive.
Good night, everybody.
Is the